So Barrel is kicking our butts and you see the rain outside. I figured I'd do a lead into my video. Look, I'm gonna put some videos out there, but they're for content. I'm gonna have very little production value. They're gonna suck, they're gonna be mostly boring, and there's probably this much information in it. But it'll be information that you don't have, and it might be beneficial. But don't expect to get me to get fancy and have cue cards and all that stuff. You're gonna have to take notes. Alright, enjoy the video. Okay, here we are, post degrease and post wash with Dawn concentrate and water twice. I mean, done what I can do. At least from this angle, I think everything above it is as clean as I can reasonably get it. Everything, the engine itself is pretty clean. Fuel pump looks pretty clean. Fuel lines are even starting to look a little bit clean. They still need some detail work, but gotta get me a drain hose on there, and then let's get on down the road. That's the heater right there. That is the water and fuel sensor down there at the bottom right. There's your little valve. I just don't have a drain hose. All right, let's go fire her up and dry her out, because she got real wet yesterday. So here's our next project. This is the steering and suspension. This is my walkthrough plan. I just went through the manuals and looked up everything, and then did basically a critical path, which means the shortest distance between 2 points without wasted effort, and then put all the references to the shop manual for each task in the order that I want to accomplish it. Now I'm going to go get started and walk through it. So disco the batteries, and man, these things suck so bad. All the cables are crap. So replacing all of them and doubling size on all of them. I'm going to take them loose on the top. So there you go. This side, negative, disconnected, put it back, put the screw back so I wouldn't lose it. Took my handy dandy 3M electrical tape and covered up both to make sure that there's absolutely no way we can draw ground from this battery. So we're going to this side, and this side's even worse. I've already cut a bunch of crap that was just, oh, I don't even want to talk about it. But look, there's rust. How do you have rust on a battery cable? That should just be impossible, because these right here should be copper and brass. And if you want some tin on top of them or some silver, sure, go for it. But if there's rust, it means they were crap cables, total crap. So I'm going to take this off and do the same thing that I did to the other side. All this has got to go. I mean, rust everywhere. How do you have that much rust? I mean, it's crazy, the amount of rust that was on this. Each one of this is the main crossover, and it was just, I doubt it has a continuity. I don't know what this is to. It looks important, and then this is the main ground. So just total crap. We're going to replace it all. So let's go remove the shocks. That's what we're up to now, is the shocks. Getting them out of the way. And I don't have that special tool, but we don't need it. And just so you know, I disconnected the batteries. I made sure the parking brake was on, and I chocked the rear wheels. I still have not lifted it off the ground, but we're going to go talk about taking shocks out. So shocks, the top shocks right there, you see that on top? That's a 9mm hex. That's your backup, and that allows you to stop this from turning. You just sit this on top, and then that right there is a 9mm, 1/4 inch. Use a 6 flat, don't use a 12 point, use a 6 point. Then this other one here for this bolt, which is a lock nut for the deal, is a 19mm. Boxing open, and then see your 1/4 inch just goes up against that upper A-arm attachment point, holds it in place. Now all you got to do is run that nut up. So, and we'll go ahead and take the shocks off on this truck. So on this truck, the bottom side's pretty easy. This one, on these A-arms, you've got studs coming out of the A-arms, and then you've got cross bolts here. Those use these one-time use, supposedly, lock nuts. See if it'll, not supposed to reuse those, but people do all the time. And you can tell that these have been reused because look how rusty everything is in there. I'm sorry that I'm getting a lousy video here, but I got no light, and the light's in the wrong place right now. So anyway, it's just 2 nuts. It drops down. The stud will actually hold the shock in place. It won't come down too far, and you can see up there, there's where we're going to undo it at the top of the spring perch. And there's a giant friggin', I think this is what they used to raise it. I think they did it like a 2-inch raise, and the only part I don't have right now is these springs, so I may go ahead and replace them. But look, everything's just trash. It's all trash. Everything's trash in here. It all needs to be cleaned up. We'll get this on the bench and see what we can do to clean the knuckle up and get some paint on it. Okay, so me and John Wayne and some coffee are going to give it another shot. It's a little bit cooler, and we're going to try to get through getting the shocks finished, and then probably very shortly thereafter the stabilizer bar will be finished. Alright, well, let's see, where are we? We have removed the shocks. I'll show those in a minute. We have removed the stabilizer bar and the links. In fact, there is a stabilizer bar with its wearing and pitting that I'm not so sure about. And there are the old links. These are computer, stop. They're pretty floppy. They're nothing like the ones that are here that require you to push them, and they have like functional greasing ability. I don't think those were ever greased after, probably when they came out of the factory. It's like, it's amazing that people won't do stuff right. Anyway, so we got that out, and let's see, what else have we done? I haven't drained. I did raise and support the front. I went ahead and did that, and I went ahead and removed the wheels and tires. And next thing I need to do is drain my power steering system so I can remove that, the rotors. I got to remove the calipers, the rotors, and all that stuff before I can remove the rack and pinion, because I have to break that steering ball joint loose to get the rack out and go get my core. Well, now let's just walk over here. And here's the shocks for the 4-wheel drive that I'm trying to talk my son into taking. And here are my B6 4600s from the front, which are probably still perfectly serviceable, except these kits. These have to be replaced. Those are badly cracking. Anyway, and there's the truck. Oh yeah, I got rid of the bumper. Actually, we found it a home. Gentleman with a really nice welding truck. He's got skills. Anyway, he came, picked it up, gave us a little go juice money, and so that's what she looks like now. And I have lots of work to do to get basically everything there in the corners out, all gone. Bye bye. I need some new wheel health liners, and then a new bumper and everything associated with it. While I got this out, I'll scrub everything down, get the rust out, cover it with oil and diesel or whatever to keep it from rusting. We'll talk to you later. Ducking the sun is a good way to do that, is cleaning parts. And man, look at this. This is the stabilizer brackets, stabilizer bar brackets. They're just, I mean, and I've already taken piles of rust out of it. I'll get them cleaned up. The new bushings deserve at least clean brackets if I don't go ahead and do something to avoid corrosion. Anyway, let's go see what's going on. Where are we on our list? We are, yeah, we need to get busy on the wheels and wheel calipers and all that. Finally got the B46s all put back together. Found all the pieces. Had a phone call there. So the engine bay is much cleaner using the white gas and kerosene mix to get rid of the grease, and then I got rid of the degreaser with an emulsified Dawn deal. So I've now been able to reveal more problems, which of course I'd already identified. All the battery cables, all the main harness, the positives and the negatives, all of them need to be upped in size and replaced. I've got them all covered up right now so you can't see them, but I mean, they put new batteries in here and then didn't do anything about the batteries. But anyway, we're doing suspension today, and I'll be lucky if I can save the spindle, the knuckle, because the rest of it's trash. I mean, absolute garbage. Maybe the rotors are new. He said the brakes were new, the guy I bought it from, of course. And we won't know until we get her all tore apart, see what's going on. But it sure is nice to be able to walk right up here and not have to climb up on something and camp out on top of a bumper to look inside my engine bay. Man, there's a lot of work to be done, but it's gonna be nice when we're done. So here's the stave bar that I took out of the 3500. Got some, I mean, it's real smooth, and right here, I don't know. I mean, there's definitely I can catch my finger there, but I don't know if it's the corrosion or if there's enough diameter change here that I need to get a new one. I mean, it'll be fine. I can clean it up. It'll be fine with the new links, and that's probably what I'm gonna do. But I think I'd rather have a new stave bar if I could get an OE one, because I'm gonna go back to OE until I know more. All right, out of here.